Hey everybody, welcome to Ice Cream You Meme. We back at night, as you can see from JD at night, and yeah, but it's gonna be more structured than our last night episode.
It is.
We did research, we wrote the scripts, we did our usual thing here. It's just a different time and our new time because we're gonna be recording at night from now on.
Shall we?
You think you can handle it? Are you gonna be like more scared of our topics because we're doing it at night and not?
I think
undercover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you gonna show me any scary photos today? Because I completely forgot what you are about.
I won't spoil what I'm about, but I will say there are no images.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I think that there's a tendency for nighttime to give a different sort of energy for us. Our streams are kind of nutso, and then our stories at night recording was kind of nuts. So I think it is going to bring like that kind of energy. I'm excited. I'm excited to see where this goes.
Yeah. JD, I believe you said you had a little topic top of the show.
Oh my god. Okay. This might target one person who has ever listened to us just in fucking general. Like maybe like once. They heard it once and they were like, yeah, I love this episode and I'll never come back again. Okay. Before this, maybe like 30 minutes ago, I got a text from, because it's election season,
Yeah, right.
So I've got one of those
participate in democracy. Woohoo.
Yeah, all that stuff. I got one of those texts that's like, hey, this is XYZ, please vote on blah 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 blah. And I'm like, oh god, here it goes again. Who is this? Do I just go stop? Listen very carefully. Okay. Hi. This is Shadow.
Ooh, the hedgehog.
With vote yes, blah blah blah. Exactly. Yeah. I was like, listen, Shadow?
Yeah.
First, I didn't even read the rest. I just said, it just went, hi, this is Shadow. And I went, pause. Because Shadow.
Yeah. Interesting. Shadow doesn't strike me as liberal. I feel like of all the Sonic the Hedgehog characters, I would not peg Shadow as anywhere near the left. I feel like he's like an edgy, like Gamergate bro, maybe.
Yeah, I think he's like, Shadow can be, the concepts of Shadow can be like, he's so
edgy,
He's so edgy that it becomes a circle and he comes right back into allyship. Do you think?
I'm
right?
Yeah, I'm just worried he'd be like an old punk, the like the Sex Pistols guy who like became like a Trump conservative, where you're just
oh my god,
what are you doing, dude? He was like, oh, just he's fighting the system. And it was like, all right,
brother, the system. You're in it now.
You've lost the plot, my guy. Yeah,
lost the plot. But before we got sidetracked by Hedgehog, I was thinking that like. Okay, my first thought was someone named Shadow. This is a non-binary person.
Sure, yeah.
But also, some more things came up in my head. Is that for someone to be genuinely like, I came out the womb. My parents have named me Shadow.
Yeah.
Your parents. First of all, you're a white man. You're a young white man.
You think white man? I think hippie.
Yeah, like a hippie white man, like a hippie white boy. Like he was born in the 90s. His parents were like, yeah, your name is Shadow and your sibling's name is
Rainbow.
That's Rainbow or like Stardust or something like that. So like Shadow has like hippie parents who are like very like freedom, blah 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 blah. Or a second option is like non-binary, or the third, which you already brought up, is that Shadow the Hedgehog is asking me to vote to give more funding to Planned Parenthood. So I don't know which three of those things is my favorite option, but I do think that there's a great potential in Shadow the Hedgehog, like polling for people.
I feel like now that you've said Planned Parenthood, I think like Shadow the Hedgehog probably, does have, I think he busts inside. I don't think he's
yeah. Do you think
very cautious with it?
Yeah, like we said, like maybe he's so edgy that it's come around into a circle that he is now like sort of accidentally like
he's trying to limit the number of like hedgehog. What are pups?
I have no idea.
Of the world. I think.
Yeah. So he's not like, oh yeah, get some like free like healthcare testing,
Yeah,
get
right.
your some screenings.
Mhm.
He's just like, no, actually, I just want to prevent more hedgehoggies in the
All-
world.
yeah.
No shadows, shedettes, shed it.
All the Sonic characters are definitely sex positive. I think as the fan art will attest, they're all very open to whatever.
Their sexponential positivity is sort of through the roof. But yeah, I got a text from Shadow the Hedgehog to remind me about the electricity.
Scarier than anything on the show, I think.
Yeah, if we really want, like, today I was just enlightened by the fact that like the whole like liberals invented hurricanes.
Oh sure, yeah.
And I was told that was not a recent thing, that was actually, that has been around for quite some time. And I thought it just came up recently.
Right, you thought it was like a new invention. No, it's been a long-standing belief, right? Weather machines and triple brackets, they control the
choo. I'm just like,
weather.
Listen,
yeah.
If a certain group of people could control the weather, they have weather machines, wouldn't you be like, hey dude, chill out, instead of like, yeah, let's fucking kill them, because they can control the weather.
Yeah, you'd probably want to suck up to those people.
Yeah, you'd want to like endear yourself instead of like going like, oh, you guys fucking weather machine, you know, they're targeting us. And wouldn't you be like nicer?
Yeah, you would think so. You would think that you'd be like a little cautious, like maybe you don't want to like clock that, you know, that they run the weather. I saw especially cooked meme today that was somebody posting a clip from a 1960s Popeye cartoon where Bluto was cloud seeding, right? Like he was like, hey, cloud seeding, here we go, Popeye, you're gonna get fucked, buddy. And he was like, you know, pouring salt into the clouds from a plane.
Mm-hmm.
And then the woman came in, and I don't remember her ad. It was something like Patriot Mama or whatever. And she was just like, so you see, they have to tell you their agenda, and they've been priming us for decades on what they're planning to do and what they're capable. Look at how they have to tell us in plain sight to stunt, like basically like to stun on us, you know. And I was like, this is fucking cooked. Like you're like, this proves everything. I mean, I do kind of love that, like in this version of reality, like there's like some universal law that you have to tell people what you're doing, and you have to, but you can do it through like a cartoon. Like 1960s Popeye is not even like prime Popeye. That's not like the golden era Popeye, I think.
An adult person.
Yeah, presumably with children, given Patriot Mama.
Oh my god!
Definitely homeschool kids for sure.
The kids have been unschooled.
Oh yeah.
They have been #unschooled.
As the mother has as well. There's definitely a lot of unschooling going on.
No, the one that I sent you this morning, which was the like portals and the I love being a silly guy who doesn't know shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I just say that.
Sure, yeah, I stick with it, and I don't, claim to know much. My TikTok algorithm finally has reached like conspiracy nut status though. Like just today. Just today. I don't know if it's because I've been watching more stuff about like, weather events and hurricanes and like various, storms going on around the world. I've been like interested in that, but I've been getting a lot more conspiracy shit about like lost civilizations and, Project Animal AI, just like random letters and numbers that people like to put about, like real kind of schizo post shit. So I guess there's a pipeline there that I was unaware of like watching like videos by meteorologists be like, so this is like what this means by pressure, to like, so this is why everything is a lie, and the reptilians in the center of the earth are actually setting us up to watch us tear each other apart for their own entertainment, and the aliens are going to come, like that kind of shit. So it's kind of what I mean. That's what you'd expect somebody that hosts this podcast TikTok algorithm to be, and so now it is. So
what was it previously? Wasn't it just be like alpha male
No, my TikTok algorithm was never that bad. It's always been kind of nice. Like I think it's definitely like more reflective of my interests than my Instagram algorithm, because my Instagram algorithm is all like, you're the lone wolf stalking his prey. The prey is women, and they you know, like that kind of shit. Like real kind of Andrew Tatey, creepy, weird dude shit. I don't spend too much time on Instagram, so I think that's part of why it is like that, because a lot of it just immediately descends into like, like guns, right wing shit, red pill shit, and just like sometimes like straight up like race science nonsense. Like that's all like
phrenology on Instagram in 2024.
Yeah, like phrenology and like, like real like the demographic shifts are happening, and they're bringing them here to replace the white children, and you're not having enough. And it's like I don't care about this shit. I just please stop. But then you get into this thing where it's like, if you report anything, then it's like, oh, but you interacted with it, so like clearly we're gonna give you more of this shit.
Yeah, I have been utilizing the not interested or do not show me this ever fucking again thing on Instagram, because I am on Instagram more than I am on TikTok, because I no longer have a TikTok.
Yeah.
I have access to the ISYM thing, but my Instagram feed right now is just like variations of like, I just want to be part of your symphony.
Sure, right.
And then like that, like the one that's like it's like random ass like joke versions of the POV that's like POV like you like ignore him at the mall, and then like him, and he's like he snuck into your bathroom to like growl into your towel.
Okay, yeah, gotcha. So you've got a very refined
yeah,
real page.
A very refined one. I get a lot of the pesto child baby.
Oh, the big baby penguin.
And
that's great.
Yeah. So I get a lot of those, and then earrings.
Okay.
So that is, I have a very refined Instagram thing, and you get a lot of what I see sometimes, because sometimes I'll see something and I'm like, Ben, this is you. I particularly targeted you recently on accident.
I mean, I'm happy to see any reels you share. Yeah, so I'm open to anything that will kind of sway my algorithm away from the dark path it's on.
Yeah, I fear though that like the things that I send you will like make your it's fine.
I think it's all right. I think
it's fine. I don't send you any terrible things. I just send you mostly variations of Sonic or
and I feel like it knows that I like a shit post. Like it knows that I like just like a horrible, nonsensical meme. That's definitely something it understands about me.
Yeah, I think Slay. A little we just did a little study on algorithms.
Yeah.
That's what you get in the night version of the Ice Cream You Mean podcast is algorithms.
Let's talk about our very personal algorithms and how they've been
very
targeted
personal.
towards us.
I know, like we could have talked about Uzumaki, but I didn't yet.
I didn't watch it. I've seen some spoiler stuff about the drop off in quality. I don't know if you've seen that.
I have not. I think the most recent thing I saw of it was a friend watching it on they had like a projector. They had a whole setup, so they were watching it in big, and I was like, damn, maybe I need to do that. Not watch it on my phone or my iPad.
No, I've heard episode 1 is like incredible, just like the trailer, just like the comic, and then 2 it has a major quality spike, and people are like, I hope they bring it back to high quality for the rest of the series. It's like, that's not going to happen. Like, come on, guys. Like,
I did not hear about that. I should just shut up.
We should just watch it.
Yeah, we should just watch it, I think.
Yeah.
Because then we love the quality. We love, but also like sometimes I just love to see stuff.
Yeah, right. And I mean, like, let's that other Junji Ito anime series on Netflix was not like the highest quality thing necessarily.
Yeah, so like you're getting listen.
Yeah.
You compare it to that one.
Yeah, it was it may be worse because it is just like all in black and white. So when they like crap your animation quality, it just does feel like someone's like unfinished like storyboard playing out in front of you.
It reminds me of like the videos on YouTube that are like, oh, if you mute the audio for like some of these animes, it literally is just like still shots like just running through, and I'm like, is that what it's gonna be like? And I'm like, you know what?
Right, but like not drawn as well as the comic or the manga, so it's just like a massive downgrade. But still worth watching. It's a good story. Uzumaki's a good story.
Yeah.
Junji Ito, undebatably a master of horror. Love.
We love him. We love him. I was just reading the like Mimi's Tales of Horror one. I got it like maybe a couple months ago at Barnes and Nobles, and I'm like, this girl needs to move the fuck out of wherever she's fucking living, because she's like experiencing shit. And I'm like, the first story on that one book is like her and like a friend are like driving down the road, and then they see like a woman on top of like a telephone pole or some sort of pole, and then terrifying, and then they get out of it, and then they get out the car and they're like, where is she? She's not there anymore. And we never saw her again. I'm like, one, I see that, never coming back. I'm never leaving my house. And I'm like, and then it's like, oh yeah, you forget that it's tales of horror, so she experiences these more
horrors. And
I'm like, girl, move. Stat.
You thought it was gonna be like a little slice of life about Mimi?
Because I bought it at the same time as the cat one. And I was like, let me just have some fun.
Sure.
I did not, because I think that's one of the ones that I didn't like read on the internet as a PDF.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So I was like, Mimi, you need to fucking move.
As all manga was intended to be read. That's
That's a scan. That's the scanned PDF is how I also read the one that was like, was it Junji Ito? It was like the guy was like, he had like poop.
No, that's.
I will clarify this at a later date.
We can edit this out, JD. It's okay. We don't need to talk about it.
No. Let them know that I read something like that. But it was like a horror story. It was just like a weird story about like this guy got like some poop.
JD likes reading about poop. JD.
I'm pretty sure it was Junji Ito. So
reading the Poop Man. Very scared of the pee poo man.
Oh my god, the poo man who come to your circus and gives you poop. I'm pretty sure that's the fucking premise.
That's what it is? Okay, well.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Like he's at a circus or like some carnival, and he wins like realistic.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe we have to take back the Junji Ito Master of Horror thing if that was a Junji Ito story. I don't know about this.
Well, I mean, Junji Ito did, give us the fucking ice cream man.
The ice cream man that's not a great one. That's
oh god, on think anyway.
Anyway, we've been talking 18 minutes. We should probably get into our topics. We do have topics today.
We do. We're not just ripping today.
No,
good golly.
Unfortunately, we could do this all night, folks. You know us. We love a yap sesh.
I'm not just rocking our boy Grimace for no reason today. Today I'm donning him. Yeah, this is from you guys. Today I don my Grimace pin, and I'm glad to bring you good tidings from our main man Grimace. For Ben and I, this is where it all kind of started a little bit, right? Correct me if my memory is wrong, since this is the history of our friendship. But Ben and I met in a linguini.
We're studying pasta.
We were studying pasta in a linguistic anthropology class in college. At some point, I don't remember why. Either it was like a project, it was because of a project, or you're just friends, you exchange phone numbers. I don't know Ben's side of the story, other than like he sent a text, and like I did not get it, because it was a wrong number. I think I gave Ben the wrong number. But Ben sent a meme or like something to the wrong number, and it was like apparently an extremely NSFW image of Grimace. And to this day, I still don't know what the photo is. It's kind of been approximated sometimes in like our Instagram DMs. If I'll see like a photo of Grimace, I'm like, is this it? Is this it? Many a grimace to be seen between me and
at this point it's lost to the sands of time which exact Grimace porn image it was, but it was definitely a Grimace in a compromised position. But,
yeah, that's our lost media. I think one day, several years from now, I'm just gonna get like a random DM from Ben's like, I found it, and I'm like, what did you find? And like, an extremely like highly detailed Grimace photo that's like, this is what I sent. And I'm like, you know, I feel so bad for the original like phone number.
Yeah, we need to find that person too, whoever
yeah,
was
we need to
sent.
Yeah, so we can ask them about like lost media. We find them, but
to be clear, okay, let me. I feel like I need to defend myself.
I was gonna say like I'm gonna give you the floor.
It sounds bad. Like this guy met this person in class and just like sent Grimace porn. We had discussed. I believe that one of the first things we connected on was like how people want to fuck mascots. Like we talked a lot about Tony the Tiger, and Grimace was also featured in there as like among the mascots that people were very horny for inexplicable reason. Neither of us, I can't speak for you. Neither of us, as far as I know, is particularly attracted to Tony the Tiger or Grimace. But it was something that amused us in the anthropology class.
Yeah. So yeah, it wasn't just like I met this person for the first time. Here I am. I'm going to send them like a Grimace image. Zero context. I think I would have loved to receive it and to know what the photo was, but as we said, this is going to be our personal lost media until we remember. Because like my phone number is like several it's a lot of the same numbers over and over again. So I get where it would have gone wrong. I was like, did you? Okay, this is a long shot, but like. You send the text and then you don't get a response from me.
Yes.
Well, were you like,
Jamie? I was just like, I guess I'll just never bring this up. I think that was like my first instinct was like, well, okay, our friendship is over. I guess I'll just pretend I don't know them anymore. Like, we'll never speak of this again.
Oh my God. We sat next to each other in freaking linguistics class. Yeah. It'd be so funny if I really wasn't that kind of person. I was just kind of like, yeah, I think about that. And I was like, end of story. No ice cream you mean podcast. No nothing. Yeah, no.
That's it.
Guys, really, a lot of stuff would have not happened.
Eventually, we got the right numbers exchanged, and then 9 years later, here we are.
Jesus Christ. Anyway. Now that we've got the history out of the way, let's go full Grimace. Introducing everybody to the Grimace. If you're just familiar with him, just kind of as like an image, right? And this he's
consult the video.
Please consult the video. Yeah. I've got a pin from Ben and Bia. It's Grimace with a knife on a skateboard. But yeah, according to the McDonald's wiki, our boy Grimace is Ronald McDonald's BFF. The body is round and purple, and we know him as a bipedal big boy. But did you know that at one point, our man had 4 arms and 2 legs? He was handsy, right?
Mm-hmm. Did I know that? Yes, I did, of course.
Did you? Wow, we have a fucking connoisseur
here. Yeah.
Yeah. See, the Grimace, it's an us, okay? Yeah. Oh yeah. As an almost 30-year-old, I remember the days before the corporate grays of McDonald's, the smell of old ketchup, the kids staring into the slide, not giving a shit that someone might come down the slide feet first at them. The kid who hogged the steering wheel next to like the plastic dome and kind of like captained the whole thing, like they owned the whole playground. And the kid who wanted you to go into the ball pit and then like just general yelling as everyone kind of risked hand, foot, and mouth disease for some reason. So, the McDonald's play place, bring that shit back. There's a McDonald's near.
Never come back.
It's never coming back. Like I thought it was like the last bastion of McDonald's playground play place things until we drove by like maybe 2 weeks ago, and it was like a big square gray thing, and I was like, no one wants joy anymore.
Yeah,
this is basically like sad beige.
All the colors are gone, all the vibrancy.
Yeah, they're just like, it's okay. Like it's a corporate McDonald's now. Like what the fuck is wrong with it?
I mean, they were disgusting. They were horrendous. Like there's no way they were cleaned as much as they should have been. I remember there was like one time when I was in one and there was like a puddle of piss inside of the like one of the bubble things, and all the kids were just like crawling around it. It was just very unsanitary. Yeah.
The worst I ever experienced was just like food in like the pit and like the slide, or if you go down the slide and then you encounter like a little jammy mess, you know, that
Mhm.
like someone went down there with like ketchup
Some
or
ketchup
sweet and
and-
sour
yeah.
sauce or some shit like that. But yeah, growing up, I remember mostly Grimace, the
Mhm.
Hamburglar, Birdie, the early bird, and a cab officer Big Mac. For some reason, I do not remember Man McCheese. Like, was
Yeah.
he way even before my time? Because like those were the ones that I remembered, right? Ronald McDonald,
Mhm.
Grimace, the
Bird
robber man,
one.
the bird
Yeah.
lady,
Yeah.
Big Mac man.
Hamburger
But
had more staying power, I think. Than,
yeah. Hamburglar, that thief man. Well, to me, he just comes off like, sorry, France, comes off French.
He's very mime coded. I think it's fair to say. Yeah.
Yeah, mime coded, French coded. You know, same difference. You know, according to the Grimace official fan club, which we have to join someday, Grimace was introduced in November 1971 in his weirdo form. Originally, he seemed to be a bit of a demon called the Evil Grimace. Stole milkshake, sodas from people at McDonald Land, different from what we know of the man now, right? So we're now in a time where Grimace is a bit of an icon, but how did he become that? Then again, we are ahead of the curve as people. We loved him before everyone else knew of his shape, the body that he's in was loved by us way before they knew of how well he could shake that ass. Look at us, innovative, blah, 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 blah. So now that long ass intro is out of the way, today we're going to talk about the Grimace Shake phenomenon of 2023. And you might think, no, again, JD, how come it's not scary? Relax. Anyway,
late stage capitalism scary.
It's like yeah, like you took away his extra arms.
Yeah.
Why? Capitalism. Okay. So in June of last year, Grimace took over the McDonald's socials to announce that he will be making us all celebrate his birthday. In this birthday celebration, we got a birthday meal and the birth of the Grimace Shake, a purple milkshake that, from what I could remember, tasted like berry.
With what you told me.
Yeah, like berry with vanilla. Like, I'm still not sure, but I remember that like I did end up fixing it by adding coffee to it and making it taste a little bit like, you know, like coffee, less sweet. But I think it's like the flavor of a berry, the same way that like you have like berry flavored cereals. It's like the milk of the cereal, like the Boo Berry Monster cereal. If you just took the milk from that and like made a milkshake out of it.
Yeah.
Right. We got the birthday meal and we got the Grimace Shake, but for some reason the response to the Grimace Shake was bizarre. It was horror, right? The general concept of the Grimace Shake meme videos were that you sort of went fucking nuts or you just died if you drank the Grimace Shake. It started with TikTok user the Fraz Maz. They made a video that amassed 1.7 million views. And it was the first one that started it all, where he just kind of drank the Grimace Shake and died. It was a quick video. Happy birthday, Grimace. Drink, die, easy. When I watched some of the videos, I sort of realized that this was like great for artist reference for finding a cool new way to pose a dead body if you're like drawing. The Frazmaz's pose was sort of like a stereotypical like face to the side, like puddle
like
near his
Griffin
mouth.
Death.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Even the leg. Yeah. But another version of it, like later on, was by user _ Logan Ross, who drank the shake and basically looked like they were bodily slammed into a brick wall and the shake was thrown right next to them. So it's very quick. Drink, die. Right. It seemed as a meme pretty quick-lived, spawning only one meme spinoff that I just learned about when I was doing this research from Cretinous IC, who tweeted the Grimace Shake trend, but with a photo of Krispy Kreme's Barbie donut and shake promo. The whole premise of it is basically like, you, instead of drinking it and dying, you drink it and you get yassified, right? The yassification part comes from user Semilio Frank's edition of a Peter Griffin meme where he drinks some pills and bloops right into like yassification. Thus comes the idea that if you drink the Barbie Shake, instead of dying, you slay, right? So Ben, not to gender us, but you are the Grimace Shake and I'm yassified Barbie Shake.
Yes.
The two genders, right? Now you may wonder if this had any impact on McDonald's stocks. I don't know. Check that yourself. We're not finance bros here. But the McDonald's Twitter did end up tweeting a zoomed in photo of Grimace that says me, double E, me pretending I don't see the Grimace Shake trend. We didn't exactly disappoint him, but we did confuse him.
Sure,
yeah. So let's talk about riffing on memes. The Grimace Shake memes did get complex. No longer did people just like sip and die. Some people took their imagination by the hand and said, let's fucking go. Some of the memorable examples for me are TikTok user Jury, where they blasted off the shake, where they drank it and they died, but their body was hung over the McDonald's sign. Because sometimes you have those McDonald's signs that are really high up, but some of the ones that are just like maybe like 10 feet tall, where like the McDonald's hole is like 5 feet off the ground, so you can just sling yourself through the hole. Great sentence. Then we have user Riley Brennan's sling yourself through the McDonald's hole. We have user Riley Brennan's video where they take a drink and they end up dead in a river, face down in the water, which is a lot of dedication because it was really like a real river. Not playing around. They were fully face down in the river. Then we have user Not Maximus who drinks the shake and then it cuts to them dead in a car. User Joel V_7 drinks and cuts them dead in Ronald McDonald's arms. So it gets more creative than sip and die, right? It seemed as though part of it was kind of one-upping the previous version of the meme that you saw, and just making some like more interesting horror content, whether on purpose or not, whether you just wanted to be like worse or funnier or weirder than the previous one that you saw. It's like less one up each other kind of thing, right? Audience, you may remember that not only did we love the meme, but we also took part in it. I did my version of the Grimace Shake meme, and will you let me play a video? Will you let me play a Sickaroonie? Okay, so this was our version of the meme. It's 1 minute and 36 long. If you're driving and you want to see it, you can wait.
I have acquired and imprisoned the Grimace. But yeah, so it is noticeably very purple because it froze. There's whipped cream still on there. It's slightly melted on the inside. So all I need to do, hypothetically, is stick it back into the thing, and hopefully it tastes exactly the same either way. But thing down, please. What the fuck? You don't. The berry. The berry. Dude, what the fuck is that? They call this the taste. The what? Once you get a taste of him, you just change. Okay. When are you from? Tomorrow. You're off from work today. Don't let anybody else in this house taste it. Okay, I promise. Garbage for this. Oh my god.
Gang, gang.
Gang, gang.
Oh god.
Let me just say, one of the best things you've ever done. I think that's an incredible video. And eat shit, everybody else. That's how it's fucking done. Hugely underrated, I gotta say too, in terms of
hugely underrated. Let me just get back to the script. But hold on. I'm very glad that I did title it very nicely.
Good SEO on that one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just slay.
That's how we fucking do. That's how we do at Ice Cream You Meme.
Wait, hold on.
We make sure things are findable.
Okay. Oh god. Let me in. Okay, cool. All right. Where was I? Link. Okay, so that was my version of the Grimace Shake meme video, and we're not going to get donked for the audio on that because I did composed all of the music and background sound on it. So slay as usual. But one thing I did notice that I didn't notice when I watched it again recently is I fucking imprisoned the Grimace Shake in a bag like a maniac. I think it was just because
was it because it was in the freezer?
Yeah, it was in the freezer, and there's like a hole on the cup. So I'm like, I don't want it like the taste of
it's
a
not meant
freezer.
to be outside for very long, you know, like
yeah.
It will not contain. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. So, bringing it back to what makes a Grimace Shake video, and from the video that I did, it starts off normal. Someone's reviewing the Grimace Shake. For simple videos, it just cuts quickly to them being dead. For the more complex videos, something cues to the absurd, that person dies or something happens to them that isn't good. If you've been on the internet long enough, this isn't a new form of like riffing on a meme. We've got video essays that start off with this bit on the regular. The concept of the mundane being wrecked by the absurd is something that we talk about a lot on the show. With my video in mind, let's take those characteristics and identify what those were for our version. So 1, it starts off normal. I'm just telling you that I'm going to review the Grimace Shake. 2, this one is a bit on the more narrative side, so it's not like I'm going to drink it, I'm going to fucking die. This one, something cues to the absurd. There's a typical horror movie thriller sound sting that I made in Logic Pro. Slay. And then once the absurd is cued, we find that it's me from the future coming to warn me off of drinking the Grimace Shake. Then we have someone consuming the Grimace Shake, and there's a negative result, which is me of the future who drank the Grimace Shake and experienced the taste of the berry. And I pull my hair down back and I show the patch of purple skin. I warn myself in the current time, and I succumb further to the taste, and the notes of Cassie's Me and You play in the background hauntingly like I'm Jordan Peele or something. So as someone who has been on 30-something episodes of the show, we can kind of say that we know how horror works, right? Just from all the reading, but also just like off the 30-something-ish, below 30. Let's not make us 30
we're at 30
yet.
something. We're at like 33 or something like that.
But with almost 30 years of being scared of shit in general, if we go back to episode 19 where I discuss SCP-1090, you can re-listen to the section where I discuss the ways that we utilize sound in order to make something scary. Then if you go to the Dear David episode, I talk about what makes a scary story scary and good, which, just to reiterate, the Dear David story was not good. We have peeped the horror quite a bit, enough that we can maybe make a 30-second horror short, me and Ben, and I think like another 30 episodes we can do like a 30-minute horror short. Well, we'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll make an hour someday. And with all that being said, people I think personally that people don't need to have read and written hours worth of essays like us to know what scary is. If you ask someone what their favorite scary movie is, no matter what it is, you'll find commonalities in the stuff that they're scared of. Mundane turning absurd, someone living in your attic, the loss of a sense and inability to identify an intruder because of it, a giant creature, a creature that you can't see, etc. I'm betting that most of the people making the videos didn't really think too hard about the video and just in general made like a Grimace Shake meme video. I bet the creator of the meme just kind of gave it a couple of minutes and decided this is it, right? Maybe. I don't know their mind, but still riffing off a meme like this isn't exactly rocket science, but just requires a basic understanding of the meme concept or a concept of a meme, right?
Yeah, it's kind of it's a format that you're following, right? Necessarily.
Yeah. It's format just has like a different like subject, right? So does memeing require creativity? Another timely bit ended up on my timeline, which is the following tweet from Petre. Peter?
Sure. Yeah.
Raleigh, like Raleigh, North Carolina. Their tweet said, saw someone make a "it's one banana, what could it cost" joke earlier today, and somebody QT'd or quoted it with a speech bubble screenshot of Lucille Bluth. Something has to be done. So if you're not that aware of the speech bubble meme or the "it's one banana, what could it cost," that could mean nothing to it. Could just be a series of words, but let's break that down. The gist of the speech bubble meme is adding a speech bubble to a quote to make it seem like it's being said by that person. With this understanding, we now know that the speech bubble memeing the line "it's one banana, what could it cost" is a fundamental misunderstanding of the meme itself, because to speech bubble something is to make it seem like someone is saying that, but to do the speech bubble meme using Lucille Bluth on that quote is incorrect because that is something she literally says on the show.
Yeah.
Right. It's no longer the meme format, and which is like, blah 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 saying this. It's now literal. So this is when someone's like, open up the schools, this is what they mean. I would argue that some meme making requires creativity, like an understanding of comedy or satire and knowing the characteristics of a meme, but not always like subconsciously, right? Like you send a friend a meme that you made, you're not like, and now I must place this exactly here for it to be the funniest thing ever, right? Sometimes you just say something and you just screenshot something and you're like, this is going to be a hit in the group chat.
It's a little shorthand that you can kind of use to like assign more meaning to like a response you're giving someone, something like that. Yeah, right.
Yeah. So you need some things sometimes to make a meme, but it's not always like subconscious. So take, for example, the Save Me White Girl meme. This meme is a series of 3 tweets that go blank, save me, blank, and save me blank, right? I've redone this meme a lot of times by just adding the word like antihistamine to it. So like my version is like antihistamine, save me, antihistamine, save me, antihistamine, or like making fun of like a friend who's deeply interested in older men. So I just put like salt and pepper haired old man, save me, salt, pepper, like that kind of thing, right? Yeah. It may not be the funniest stuff like for everybody else, but it's like funny for me. One, I'm a deeply allergic person. And also my friend is deeply troubled by older men. It's worked for the context that it needed, right? I had the syntax of the meme down and I could go in on it any way that I wanted to. I didn't need to sit there and go like, the syntax of this sentence, it must say antihistamine as opposed to Benadryl, because saying antihistamine is actually inherently funnier than saying Benadryl or Zyrtec. I didn't really think about that. So in the case of the Lucille Bluth misuse above, maybe you could potentially use a speech bubble meme of an incredibly out of touch YouTube influencer or actor who doesn't seem to understand the nature of a shopping mart as what is it?
Bill Gates, just like somebody that's
you get a Bill Gates saying like, it's 1 banana, what could it cost?
Yeah,
that is using the meme correctly, not directly using the person who said it, right? The more complex versions of the speech bubble meme often riff on unsuspecting tweets and require some knowledge of a character and their attitudes and the way that they speak. Like maybe again, like how I use the Save Me White Girl meme, right? I used it directly with a friend. The context exists between the two of us. However, if you were to do something within like a fandom, so you quote tweet something that you think that Tomie would say, and then like the people who know the characteristics of the Tomie character and the things that she's done would be like, oh, hell yeah. But other people might be like, I'm sure this is funny to somebody. Right? Just like the Grimace Shake meme riffing can be as simple as sipping and dying, or being visited by future you while Cassie plays in the background as you succumb to the taste. The Grimace Shake, while quick, left an impact on us for some time. Grimace shot to popularity. More people got into the absurd side of memeing. Grimace themselves turned a blind eye to the chaos. I rarely get into a meme and post it publicly. Usually memeing is reserved for like me, then other friends. I don't know, very, very intimate meme sharing. It was easy enough and in our niche for the podcast, while also being like somewhat a mascot of our friendship, a benign creature who was perverted in some way. And there's always some shit going on. And I close this out with a little bit of sentimentality that I rarely feel on this podcast, because Ben, 30 plus eppies.
Yeah.
Slay. We have come so far from our IPA translations and our tiny little college. Look at us, 30 episodes deep into a podcast full of our mind and our love for the bit. And here's 30 more episodes.
While watching documentaries on 9/11 truth or shit in our anthropology class.
Let's further ruin our minds and our algorithm. Let's go. That was the Grimace Shake.
That's it. Incredible meme. It was a great little moment. I do like the TikTok you made. I feel like that's a
please Riverside.
Okay.
Riverside. Riverside.
Internet like
Oh.
this. Okay, there you are.
Last thing I heard was the word incredible. Thank you.
Incredible. Yes, I think the TikTok you made is incredible. I think your contribution to the meme culture. I mean, what Grimace means to our friendship, what Grimace's place in our hearts, and the kind of absurdity that Grimace represents. Because I think that's part of the appeal. Like, I don't think we're the only people to have had a pre-existing fixation on Grimace as well. Like, there's something about Grimace, this purple blob monster that I believe is supposed to be a milkshake.
See, that's like the thing. Is like I heard he was just like a creature demon, but like milkshake. Someone somewhere like was like, oh, he's actually a taste bud, and I'm like,
yeah, I've heard that as well. Right. So many things were totally unclear what Grimace is. And of course, the Grimace's uncle.
Grimace. How do you say it?
Uncle Grimacy.
I've been saying it like just Grimace. Uncle Grimacy.
Uncle Grimacy. Who, as I read and did not fact check, was apparently kind of discontinued because somebody wearing a Grimace costume said stuff in support of the Irish Republican Army. Which, hey, look, Uncle Grimacy is clearly an Irish character, very Irish coded. So God forbid he speaks up against imperialism.
Exactly. How do you silence the man?
Right. And also, I heard this today. So Grimace is, I don't know if you've heard of this, but he's now kind of the mascot of the New York Mets baseball team.
The Mets?
Yeah,
Sorry.
he's kind of like, he's been brought, I guess Grimace was brought out and pitched the first pitch of a game back in June. And since then, the Mets have gone on to have like a huge winning streak. And now he's kind of the unofficial, like he's the mascot. Like there's a guy in a Grimace costume that comes out at a lot of Mets games now.
Why did it have to be the Mets? That's something I'm really fixated on.
It's a strange, yeah. I mean, obviously, I don't think there's any New York Grimace connection. I mean, obviously, I think McDonald's is kind of like just American culture, if anything.
I don't know where he's from.
And it's not just a global thing because it's McDonald's and it's like everywhere, even though it started in California, right?
I don't know.
I know about, I think it started in like LA. I believe it's like a SoCal thing originally, but not that it has any association with California at all anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't have like the hey, we're in and out, and we are from California.
Or from California, right?
Yeah, it's very like international, Mr. Worldwide type stuff. It's
as as broad a base as possible, unless you're Palestinian. Maybe I'll cut that. But yeah, I mean. Yeah, I guess just Grimace is just a strange thing. Like there's a hold that Grimace has on our minds because I think it is just like this unknowable entity,
We've known about Grimace for a while.
Yeah.
He doesn't talk, right?
I don't think so.
I don't think he talks.
So. No.
Do any of them talk?
Probably Ronald talks, right?
Mayor McCheese talks, I think.
Sure, he's the mayor. You'd have to, you have to be an orator to be elected in McDonald land, I think.
Yeah, so is the Hamburger actually a mime? Is that why? Like,
I could track. I mean, the Hamburglar's head is a hamburger, correct? No, it's not. That's Mayor McCheese.
That's Mayor McCheese, yeah.
Yeah, the hamburger was just a dude, just
it's
like a French.
Yeah, dude. A guy who just has a hat and a mask and.
Yeah. He could just be a mime. That's possible.
He could just be a mime.
McDonald's land. I mean, yeah, McDonald's land as a whole is just like a strange thing. I mean, like Ronald McDonald is one of the most recognized characters in the world. I think he's like right behind like Santa Claus. He's like, but yeah, with our hatred of clowns, it's just it is strange that that's who has persisted for decades. I think
I don't even see Ronald McDonald as a clown anymore.
I think he's kind of transcended it to just it's like, oh, that's Ronald McDonald. It's like he's not doing clown shit.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah. He talks. He just has a regular guy voice.
Yeah. There was also the nighttime. They've had some weird mascots. The nighttime guy, Mac at Night, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like the moon saxophone player, very Bill Clinton coded. Yeah,
God.
just McDonald's. They've taken some swings, and now they've gone to just like corporate gray bullshit.
Come on.
But remember,
If they like,
yeah,
they can't like you know how like people they yassify like a mascot,
Yeah.
like the Quaker Oats individual man has gone through and de-aged. The Wendy's girlie is becoming kind of like they brushed her hair and her pigtails aren't so high up anymore. Like
Oh,
you
really?
can't do
Oh.
that to the people in McDonald land.
no, and it couldn't be done to
It's-
Grimace. Like Grimace is just like I think this perfect entity too.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? Make him rounder? Like stop it.
Yeah,
Take
Yeah.
away more of his arms? You've taken away 2 already. Stop it.
yeah. So yeah, he's down 4 limbs.
4 limbs. God damn it.
Yeah, they should
Bipedal.
bring back more limbs again. I think that'll be
Yeah.
yeah. that'd be
Listen,
pretty sick.
more limbs. He can steal more milkshakes and sodas.
Yeah. Yeah, I
What's
mean, I
not to
guess
love?
the Grimace thing, I was like, oh, the Grimace. I was like, it's like a brain freeze thing. Maybe was like, I thought that at one point. But
Oh,
I don't think there's anything.
you
to
know,
back that up either.
I didn't even think about it as like the act of grimacing at something. You're like,
Right. It's a strange kind of menacing name. It's a mysterious creature. Yeah. And again, I think like there's like this kind of cultural conception that like McDonald's is like not like food. That I think that a lot of us have too, of like this mysterious substance that we're putting into us.
the pink stuff from Teletubbies.
Right, yeah. So I think Grimace is like a good embodiment, and like the Grimace Shake being like that unnatural purple is like a good embodiment of like this is not food. Like what is this doing to us kind of thing. I feel like the meme kind of feeds on that as well.
Yeah, because I can't even confidently tell you that I think it's like a berry.
Right. It's not like a berry. It's like
Yeah.
berry. The concept of a berry. That was
It's purple. It's a berry.
It's a berry.
It's
Unclear.
like
Yeah.
unclear. Like even up to now, like I tried to remember the taste of it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, it was berry.
Yeah. It's not. It's very
was-
artificial flavor.
Yeah, you could be like,
Yeah.
it's mixed berry, and I'd just be like, I believe you. I just don't have anything to say.
Yeah.
It's mixed berry. You mix those berry. Go ahead.
Whatever. You know. But
It's whatever, dog.
here's to you, Grimace. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
You're forever in our hearts and gang.
Thank you, Grimace. You brought us together.
Mhm.
And now let's get into part deux. Or what is the Joker sequel called? I think it's Folie à Deux, right?
Folie à Deux.
Folie à
Oh my
Deux.
god, yeah.
So this is going to be the musical portion.
Let's
written this all in song.
go.
So it all starts, as all good things start, on Facebook. On the night of June 27th, 2019, in Bakersfield, California, the City of Lights, 21-year-old Maddie Roberts, who ran a Facebook page called Shitposting Because I'm in Shambles, decided to shake up his format of posting. Instead of his usual spunk bobs, the horrible CGI of the first Sonic movie trailer, or the white lady pointing at the cat at the table meme, he was inspired to do something new, something different. But before we get to what Roberts posted, I think we kind of need to lay out the groundwork for what's going to come. Because Roberts' mind was expanded from listening to a little podcast called The Joe Rogan Experience. And in particular, a interview with Bob Lazar and Jeremy Corbell, where they discussed Area 51. So he began to play with the form and the content of his shitpost. And again, we need to kind of establish for our non-US listeners here, what is Area 51? Let's get into the lore of this. So Area 51 is a highly secretive United States Air Force facility located in the Mojave Desert in Nevada on a dry lake bed called Groom Lake. The site is part of the Nevada Test and Training Range, a series of sites for testing weapons and training military personnel. These desert test sites included some locations where nuclear weapons were tested back in the day. So one theory for why the site is named Area 51 has to do with these tests and the designation of the site on Atomic Energy Commission maps. It seems like Area 51 was never used for nuclear weapon testing, and its primary function has always been as an airstrip to test planes. So the site has also been called Paradise Ranch, and this seems to be due to a local Lockheed Martin engineers efforts to make the work at the site seem more appealing. They're like, come work at Paradise Ranch, you know?
Finally, is this our first time mentioning Lockheed Martin? Or...
I think this might be. So,
oh, welcome!
Yeah.
Welcome, Lockheed Martin!
We're gonna, it was also called Watertown, and this is attributed as either an homage to a piece of shit Alan Dulles, who was also getting his first, one of the Dulles brothers, CIA guys, birthplace, Watertown, New York. Or it's a reference to times when rain would temporarily fill the dry lake bed of Groom Lake. So the site is also called Dreamland, and that's a reference to the radio call sign for the base in the 1960s. But today, the officially sanctioned name for the site is the Nevada Test and Training Range at Groom Lake. But we'll be sticking with just Area 51. That's what everybody knows it as. That's what we think of it as.
Yeah.
So there was an airstrip built by the Army Air Corps during World War II, but this airstrip was abandoned with the end of the war. The site was repurposed in 1955 for the CIA's Project Aquatone, the development of the Lockheed U-2 spy plane. So because of the remote location and the secrecy surrounding the development of the U-2, access to the site was primarily via airplane. Components were manufactured at Lockheed Skunk Works in Burbank, California, and then transported and reassembled at Area 51. So daily shuttle flights flew workers from Area 51 to Burbank and back. So we have a secretive military site, only really accessible by plane, where they were working on and testing spy planes that could fly 40,000 feet higher than any other plane at the time. And coincidentally, UFO sightings started to become more commonplace around the Mojave around the same time.
Ooh.
What are the odds? Bear in mind, this is less than a decade after the Roswell incident, which is kind of primed and opened the third eyes of the American people to be on the lookout for strange things in the sky. So the Roswell incident, again, for our international folks, it was another kind of spy-related air test from Project Mogul, which aimed to deploy listening devices attached to balloons to monitor Russian atomic weapons tests. So basically, one of the balloons, or if you believe other people, an alien spaceship, crashed onto this dude's ranch. And so apparently the debris they recovered from Roswell was tinfoil, rubber, tape, and thin wooden beams, which...
You mean to tell me that they didn't find a little alien man that they dissected later and put it on VHS bin?
Look, they don't, as far as we know, okay? This is what the mainstream media is telling us, is that it's just... You mean
to tell me?
Yeah, which, I wouldn't trust those materials to take me down a slight hill, let alone interstellar travel, right? That's not happening. I'm not going in anywhere in tinfoil. But do you? But given the increasing presence of UFOs in the public consciousness and being a site for testing experimental aircraft, Area 51 was primed to become a UFO hotspot from the start, right? So there's this singular figure who managed to fully cement Area 51 as an alien mecca, and this man eventually did show up on the Joe Rogan Experience. We're talking, of course, about Bob Lazar. Bob Lazar's legend began in 1989 with 2 TV appearances on KLS TV in Las Vegas. Lazar presented himself as a government physicist who had formerly worked in the S4 section of Area 51. He claimed that while there, he had uncovered documents on research on an anti-gravity reactor, that there was a hangar at the site with 9 flying discs of extraterrestrial origin, and that these discs were being deconstructed for access to their fuel source, element 115, which, according to Lazar, is impossible to synthesize. It's an element that heavy here on Earth. The substance has to come from a place where super heavy elements could have been produced naturally. Element 115, as it exists on the periodic table, is called moscovium, by the actual scientists who discovered the 115th element on the periodic table, and that has been successfully synthesized, but it's highly unstable, and the half-life of it is about 0.65 seconds. And it's also super radioactive, so it'll be a while before we're using that as spaceship fuel. But also Lazar...
Tell me.
Yeah. Also, Lazar, as soon as the moscovium stuff came out, he was just like, "Oh, well, it's a different substance. It's not the same thing. It's not the same element." Okay, well, it sounds like when the Mormons were like, "Oh, there's people on the moon," and then that somehow fell out of their mythology. That Jesus took a tribe of people to the moon because they thought no one would ever call them out on that one. But
the more I know on this episode,
yeah. So naturally. Lazar covers himself. He changes the story. Very strange from a respected physicist. So Lazar's got a story out there. It didn't take too long for Lazar to come back into the public eye, and now he was claiming that the government was waging a covert war on him. They were reportedly shooting out the tires of his car and erasing all of his educational records at Caltech and MIT.
Okay. That's what they did to me at Harvard too.
Right? Yeah. So like the US government has a pretty good sense of humor because they did not bother erasing his high school transcripts, which showed him to be in the bottom third of his class, and that he did not graduate with his class. He had to take an extra summer classes as well.
Wait, let's leave that one.
Yeah. And they also didn't get rid of his community college transcripts either. Which is, again, obviously, this is no dunk on people who had to take summer school or go to a community college. That would be a self-own on myself there. But also, you don't see me working at highly classified research settings for a reason.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Lazar did work for a contractor at the Los Alamos National Laboratory in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and he does seem to genuinely have a good mind for technology. He ran his own business selling electronic equipment. But when he filed for bankruptcy in 1986, just 3 years before his bombshell TV appearance, he described himself as a, quote, self-employed film processor, which is a slight downgrade from physicist working at a secret government lab. But, it's just a cover story. We can't really say for sure.
Yeah. Sometimes you have, parts in your resume that's like...
It's classified work, okay? Yeah, I can't tell you. I can't. I'd love to tell you, but I just can't.
Exactly.
That's why, and I had filed for bankruptcy on my camera equipment store. But Lazar stuck around. He kept mostly quiet after the second TV appearance, and he spent another couple decades in the technical equipment game. But then he was kind of brought back into the public eye in the late 2010s for two intertwined events: a documentary, or I would dare say, a film by Jeremy Corbell, the director of Hunt for the Skinwalker and Patient 17. Okay. And he's also the self-proclaimed sensei of what he calls quantum jujitsu, which I think I'm going to have to look more into in the future.
Ben, you need to get on that.
I got to get in on that.
Exactly.
The videos on his YouTube channel about that are all from like 15 years ago, but I'm sure if I reach out, I could probably get like an instructional DVD or something. It's all like energy manipulation, martial arts stuff. It's great. So the documentary was called Bob Lazar, Area 51 and Flying Saucers, and it mostly functions as a retelling of Lazar's story, but it also uses the second contemporaneous event of the 2010s, which was an FBI raid on Lazar's business to lend credibility to the claims of the documentary, right? And also just add drama to the documentary. In the film, the viewer is led to believe that the feds were raiding Lazar's business to find his secret stockpile of element 115. However, according to the Michigan State Police, the investigation into Lazar had less to do with otherworldly elements and more to do with the death of Janelle Struzel. Janelle Struzel died from thallium toxicity in 2015. Thallium is often used in the manufacturing process of electronics, glass, and pharmaceuticals, but it is toxic and also extremely difficult to detect. Bob Lazar's company sold thallium at the time, and law enforcement had reason to believe that the murder suspect in Struzel's case had purchased thallium from Lazar. So the raid aimed to find thallium and question Lazar on who he had sold thallium to. There's never been any evidence or implication that he was involved beyond potentially selling thallium to a potential suspect. But Lazar and Corbell, with an eye towards promoting their film, pushed the narrative that the raid was about his secretive work at Area 51 and the search for element 115, which he had bravely stolen from the site. And the murder investigation was just a cover story to mislead the public, which of course it was. There's always something, right? Well, call me misled, because to me it seems a little bit more likely that they were using the raid to get free publicity for their film. But obviously, dear listener, you can make up your own mind and leave a comment below.
Free thinkers.
Don't get mad at us in the comments. Don't engage with our video, please.
Free thinkers when they see our videos.
I hate to see us mush-brained soy jacks up here. With our Area 51 intro and a brief look at the esteemed guests of the Joe Rogan Experience set up now, let's go back to 2019 and Maddie Roberts. So Roberts was inspired by the powerful brain trust of Bob Lazar, the sensei of quantum jiu-jitsu himself, Jeremy Corbell, and Joe Rogan, probably high in poppers, allegedly. He carefully decided to craft a Facebook event titled Storm Area 51. They can't stop all of us. The description stated, If we Naruto run, we can move faster than their bullets. Let's see them aliens. The event was set for September 20th, 2019, just a few months out. The first few days were calm. Robert said in the first 3 days, only 40 people added themselves to the event. But less than a month later, over 1 million people marked themselves as attending. And by mid-August, a combined 3.5 million said they would either go or were interested. And this was not welcome news for the people in the census-designated location of Rachel, Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
Rachel's population floats just around 50 people, and now they were facing a potential flood of millions. Rachel does not shy away from the Area 51 Association. The only businesses in the, air quotes here, town are a gas station called the Alien Cowpoke and a motel restaurant called the Little Alien. Residents of Rachel began to prepare for what they saw as an all-out assault on their town. Jorg Arnu showed Vice News his collection of high-powered flashlights and radios he was distributing to neighbors in case any of them were overwhelmed by the sheer mass of humanity that seemed was coming to the town. But Alan Burton, the frontman for the band Wiley Savage, saw the story of the raid and had an idea. He reached out to Connie West, the daughter of the owner of the Little Alien, and pitched the idea of setting up a stage in the parking lot and putting on a concert around the raid. Connie was open to the idea, and they began to plan what they called Alien Stock. Now, this is where the version of events begins to split. One version is that Connie West reached out to Matty Roberts and tried to get him to join in organizing a festival around the Area 51 raid. The other version is that Matty Roberts came in about a month into the planning and about a month out from the event with a vision of turning the event into a full EDM festival. In any case, we know that Roberts and West worked together planning a music festival in Rachel, right? The event became more clear, and as the organization of the festival developed, the idea of millions of potential people shrank to tens of thousands of possible attendees of the festival.
Mm-hmm.
But this was still a major issue for Lincoln County, Nevada, and the total population of the county is only 5,000. So the county drafted an emergency declaration to pool resources with neighboring counties for fear that the event could overwhelm the infrastructure of the area, from public health to cell phone towers. The Federal Aviation Administration declared temporary flight restrictions for special security reasons in the airspace around Area 51 in the weeks leading up to the festival. And meanwhile, our buddy Jorg of the Powered Flashlights posted this message on the Rachel website. Quote, "With the social media attention this event is getting, we want to clarify a few points for those who are not familiar with the area. Other than the Little Alien, a small bar/restaurant/motel, there are no services in Rachel. There is no gas and no store. The inn is booked for that weekend. If you plan on attending the event, you must be experiencing camping, hiking, and surviving in a harsh desert environment, and have a vehicle in good shape. You must be prepared to be completely on your own for food, water, gas, etc. We expect cell service and internet in Rachel to be offline. Credit card processing will not work, so bring enough cash. This event will undoubtedly attract crooks trying to capitalize on the chaos. Be on your guard and always lock your vehicle and stay away from the residential part of Rachel. Most residents do not like where this event is going and will respond accordingly. Warning, a dubious group claiming a connection to chaotic events like Burning Man and the Las Vegas Electric Music Festival has taken over the Rachel part of this event. They threatened to take over Rachel and claim that his residents are on board. The residents were not asked and are not on board and will certainly not allow their town to be taken over. Law enforcement will be overwhelmed and local residents will step up and protect their property." Jorg was really cooking, or he thought he was cooking there. So it's safe to say that tensions in the community of Rachel were a little high at the prospect of alien stock. News outlets were all falling over themselves to report on what was sure to be the next Fire Festival. But then on September 20th, the day of the festival, very little happened. The raid obviously never materialized, right? There were not millions of people storming Area 51, and the festival itself was pretty chill. The Lincoln County Sheriff estimated that around 1,500 people attended Alien Stock, and less than 200 people made the trip from Rachel to the gates of Area 51, which is like a 40-mile car drive through the desert on like a dirt road. Because we don't take cops at their word, I found other estimates that said that there was potentially 3,000 Alien Stock attendees and 300 people at or near the gates. So in any case, shy of a million, shy of millions, shy of tens of thousands, right? Fairly small group, fairly small festival. There was gathering around 40 people at 3 a.m. on September 20th at the gates, but after a stern warning from security, they all left without any issue. 2 men were arrested for trespassing after they were found climbing through shrubs within Area 51. There were a couple of other arrests for crimes ranging from public urination to indecent exposure. One 60-year-old woman was given the option not to be arrested, but she insisted that, quote, it's what I really want. So 2 people were unfortunately in a car crash, and one of them required an airlift to a medical center. But because the county was on emergency alert, the response was unusually fast for the middle of the desert. Zeke Spector of Vice described the event as feeling like the opposite of Fire Festival. There was a lot of preparation for what turned out to be very little attendance. But that doesn't mean that people didn't have fun. Attendees reported really enjoying their time at the festival and spending time with other UFO fans. And that's great and all, but come on, everybody was expecting a disaster in the desert. Woodstock 99, Firefest, Alien Stock, that seems like the natural third entry there. But in truth, I think, if anything, it could have been even more of a success if it wasn't for the drama behind the scene. Because, like I said, a lot of people were expecting it to go poorly, and that included Matty Roberts. So 11 days before Alien Stock, Matty Roberts dropped out of Alien Stock and instead decided to throw his support behind Area 51 Celebration, a complete competing concert event set for the Las Vegas Event Center, sponsored by Bud Light. Roberts said, quote, "We foresee a possible humanitarian disaster in the works, and we can't participate in any capacity at this point. We are not interested in, nor will we tolerate any involvement in a Firefest 2.0. Roberts then hit Kanye West with a cease and desist letter, which included this, quote, "You aggressively attempted to take complete control of the event, an event that indisputably is only occurring because of my client's ideas and intellectual property. Furthermore, there is no gas or readily available food within 50 miles of Rachel, Nevada. You also failed to provide any plan for security, medical services, and adequate insurance. You did not provide my client with the details or explanation as to how Rachel, Nevada could support or withstand the influx of people expected, and accordingly, my clients refused to hold Alien Stock at your property." West went on and threw a hyphen into the festival name, so it was now Alien-Stock, so as to avoid confusion, and they just kept it pushing. But Roberts spent the 11 days leading up to the event dragging Kanye West and Rachel, Nevada, and trying instead to drive people to the Alien 51 celebration sponsored by Bud Light. Roberts claimed that this would be the first Alien 51 celebration and that this would go on to tour the country. There were 10 cities on that initial list, but the event was so poorly attended that there was never another.
Oh my God.
Kanye West fired back her own legal notice, alleging that Roberts had pulled out of the event unlawfully. In interviews, West described having to mortgage her house and business to support the event. She also revealed that Roberts received a $70,000 sponsorship from Pornhub, which West alleges Roberts kept for himself. We don't know exactly what happened in the legal battle, as the details of the settlement were kept confidential, but we know it was found in favor of Kanye West. West described the event as a success in 2019 and planned on following the event up with Alien-Stock 2020, but for some reason that never happened. Now, still, COVID notwithstanding, I found a website called noalienstock.com with the exact same 1990s web design aesthetic as Jorg's Rachel, Nevada website. Jorg, or whoever it is behind the scenes of this website, is very upset about what they call, quote, the original 2019 disaster. And there is an update from May 2024 reading, "This website is dormant for now, but make no mistake, if there is ever another mass event planned in Rachel, this site will be back with a vengeance. Our group will fight it with whatever it takes." And this kind of makes sense a little bit because of the massive emergency response, it's estimated that Alien Stock wound up costing the county $300,000, which makes it kind of unlikely that the county will approve future events. And also the town of Rachel kind of had to foot a lot of that bill. So they didn't get an upgrade to their highway system that went through their town because of all the money that went to the Alien Stock event. So since 2019, there's been meetings of a couple dozen attendees at the Little Alien every year to celebrate the anniversary of the event, but there are no currently serious plans for a follow-up. But breaking news, in September of 2024, Pat Travis, Kanye West's mother, said, "We are trying to get finances and everything else in order to get another one put together, maybe next year. So, someone's willing to give it another shot. Maybe we'll follow up for Alien Stock 2025. But I think that if that event is allowed to organically happen and the response is not informed by media and internet hype, there's no reason it should cost the county hundreds of thousands of dollars. It was a small festival that hundreds of people had fun at, and that seems like a perfectly nice thing to happen in a small town, even though I know York does not agree. Since 2019, the lines have only gotten blurrier, but the truth is still that the internet is not reality. Millions of interactions on Facebook do not translate to millions of attendees. And while I do think that attendance of Alien Stock was lowered because of the infighting between Roberts and West, I also think that an alien-themed music festival was always going to be a fairly niche event when it comes time to actually go. So that's the raid of Area 51.
I completely forgot that you were doing this one. Oh my god. Sweet. I love this.
Came in cold.
Okay. Yeah, I was always like, I never looked up anything about like Area 51 other than like, like you kind of have the, like, did I come here knowing? Did I come from the Philippines and I just accepted that Area 51 is for
lore.
aliens?
America lore. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, here I am, 8 years old. And I'm like, yeah, I agree. Yeah. I agree. Yeah, this is for aliens. So I didn't even know, other than like the kind of like basic Area 51 history that you get when you watch enough like alien hunting shows.
History Channel kind of stuff.
Yeah. Mr. Alien mind blown guy. And the fact that, you know, maybe I do need to start asking questions. Like I just accepted Area 51. Like someone could just be like, and also, and I'd be like, yeah, you could have lied to me.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, I'm very
this sort of trust that I have in you. But yeah, the 10 years after Roswell incident is very funny to me. Every time I think about the Roswell incident, I think about the tinfoil and the supposed alien dead body.
Right, yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. Unthinkably. Didn't even think about it. Area 51. I don't know. Is that like if you had a bucket list of like locations to go to that we have covered, or like you just know from like the paranormal, is Area 51 still in there, or is that like, oh god, everyone wants to go to Area 51?
I don't think you're gonna see much. You know, it's like you're gonna go to best case scenario. Like the easiest places to go is Rachel, Nevada, which is like 100 miles outside of Las Vegas, like the middle of the desert. Maybe you can go all the way to the gate, in which case you're going to see a gate guarded by military guys surrounding a flat piece of desert. You're not going to see anything that's too exciting, I think. Like, so it's low on my list personally. How about you? What about you?
Yeah, I don't think one. It's the desert. I love to look at her. Bless her, she's gorgeous. But I think it's one hot maybe, and then like at night it get too cold, cold, and also like flat nothingness, just driving up to it. Like maybe like if I've made it through like the top 50, I'm like, you know what, it's time, let's visit Area 51, just drive up to it and say just we went. But yeah, it is kind of low on my like list of places to go.
I might go to like the Little Alien. I think like that's probably where I would stop. Like I'm down to go to like a little alien themed diner.
Yeah, I love like the Roswell like alien diners, like the cafes situation, like the places where they have the food. Like if I was gonna go for like a Mothman situation, I would go to the place that has the Mothman pizza, and I'm just like, this is mostly cheese and olives, but it's in their
love a little kitsch, you know. I love it. I love a little camp, little kitsch. I'm here for it.
I do remember, what is this, like September 2019, I was I was working, blah 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 blah, but I remember in college they would have like, this was like peak usage of Facebook to me, because that's how you found your like roommates, housemates. But like there would be like those events on Facebook, so I was like, everybody at 3 p.m. we're all gonna scream in the quad. So like it's very like familiar as a concept of like people holding like an event, and then like people saying that they will go to this. Like it'll say like, let's scream in the quad at 3 p.m. and then like maybe like 15 people show up, whereas on like the Facebook event it said like 500 people will show up.
Right. There's always that huge drop off.
Yeah, because it's just like you it's an easy like, right? And it shows up on your feed as like this person's gonna go screaming there, and you're gonna be like, what the fuck? Like I'm pretty sure if I was like in college during that time, I would have like liked the event and be like,
yeah. I don't think I was on Facebook at that point. I think I'd gotten off Facebook already, but there was definitely like they're like, oh, this is funny. Like, I think that's how most people engage with it. Yeah, I just, but like the media was like, millions of people are coming to Rachel, Nevada. Can the town and county survive this? And it's like, no one's going. Like, like a couple hundred people wound up going. Like,
yeah, you'd have to be really in the bit.
Yeah.
To go.
Yeah, right. And like the footage of the event is like, it looks like fun, but it has like that kind of like small like convention vibe where it's just a bunch of, let's be real, fairly dorky people like Naruto running around and just having fun. Like it looks like a very pleasant little experience. Like I would be fine with going, but yeah, it was never going to be like this huge raid, like overpowering military guards and like or even like a festival of like 30,000 people all driving 2 hours from Las Vegas. Like that's just not how those festivals, like Burning Man is a huge festival, and that also happens somewhere where like there's no infrastructure, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think that growth there, at least until like the tech bro kind of era, was very organic, and it was like small at first. Like that's all. Like festivals start out small, and then maybe they grow with time, but they never start out like first year independent festival is going to be 30,000, 40,000 people are going to show up. No.
Yeah. Like. Yeah. I don't know, like maybe like okay, like if we lived closer to Vegas during that time, I'd be like, hey,
that's good. Let's check it out. If we lived in Vegas, maybe like drive a couple hours.
Yeah, but you'd either have to be like one in the bit, live close enough to it, or just like you were gonna go close to there,
right?
Anyway, right? Shy of 1 million is just a lot to me. But like there's gonna be a million people here.
Yeah, that's a large estimate. But that's again like just reporting on the Facebook event like it's a fact. It's not a fact. It's just like that's how people interact with it. It was like, oh yeah, I'll be there. Like
I feel like sometimes that is a tendency of like the stuff that we cover where it's like event focused or like something, right? People will see like XYZ is happening on Facebook, and then like when you take it to like a news article, a local station, they'll be like they're reporting on it as if it's like factual types of situations, and then like when you're a little closer to like the story, not even just as a story but as like a like a joke, as a meme, you're kind of just like, this is not gonna happen.
I feel like it's like kind of like that it's like an early era of like people like when there's like a news story that's like woman shares how to clean the like a reporting on like TikTok or something like that, where it's like, this is not reporting, like this is not, you're not really doing anything. It was just, you're acting like this is like a real thing, but it's not. Like this is just a shit post. This is just like some dude from Bakersfield that was just like, this is gonna be funny, and that was
God, yeah. I think it's like a cute, cool concept, right? A little festival at like like the Mothman like yearly festivals, that kind of thing. But like you said, like it didn't start off as like a couple thou people like let's go to fucking Mothman
right City. I feel like like 1,500 people is not like that's like a reasonable expectation for what this event could have been. It's just like that I think because the media machine hyped it up so much that the like county was like, this is going to be an emergency, it's going to collapse everything, and like half of the town like or whatever, like 10 people of the 50 were like, yes, we're going to be prepared to kill because the criminals are coming to us. We're going to be overwhelmed by thousands, tens of thousands of people. It's like, it could have just been like a nice, like, we're going to have this party in like the parking lot of the Little Alien.
Yeah. Because
like the footage of like the festival is like the stage, and then it's just like an empty patch of desert for the most part. It's just like it was way over organized for what it wound up being.
Yeah, it could have been a little
situation. Right. Yeah, because it was like, I think I read that like the local, like the county sheriff charged like $168,000 for like overtime because they had to like have everybody on like and ready for like what was going to happen there. It's just like if any, like the county was misusing the money because it's like the expectation that this was going to be this huge thing really wound up being like, well, we have to have all the forces. We have to have like a military force ready for this. We have to bring in the like sheriffs from other counties to back up, like, you know.
They just got free money.
Yeah, you got $168,000 in like overtime to do basically nothing because
nothing. Twiddle your thumbs and shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Sit and be on phone.
Sit, be on phone, drink coffee, eat donut. Yeah. Oh my god. I think like okay. We just don't have Facebook events anymore. I mean, like, obviously, Facebook has gone down to the dumps.
May I direct you to January 6th, 2021?
Sorry, I meant fun.
Yeah.
Barring January 6th, we don't really get on Facebook and make an event. I was thinking we don't really get on Facebook and make shit up anymore, but
that still happens. That still happens. This is like a lot of AI shit now. It's
we have AI. Please pray for this Jesus table that a child made.
Recycled bottles or whatever.
Recycled bottles. This Titanic was built from 300 onions that this child did have.
Yeah.
Where are all the onions in the world? That child is in the math book. Like little Kevin bought 25 pounds of onions. Yeah. He's what the math books are afraid of. Okay.
That's it.
Oh god. We okay. Let me run that again. We don't get on Facebook and make up funny events just to press.
Yeah.
I am attending to it anymore. You know.
We're not. That was an era, and that's not where we're at. We're not making events in it. Like TikTok doesn't have really much of an event thing. Instagram, you can kind of share. Like Facebook is the only one with like that event capability. And just Facebook people, a lot of younger people are off of it. And I think just the people that are still on Facebook there's probably still events, but
it's not like shit posting.
It's not.
Events.
No, it's not. It's not. I think it's because that younger group of people that would make like a shit post event have mostly migrated off of the site.
Yeah. And then you don't really have, when you have so many sites to do so many things on, there's not like a centralized place where like at least as centralized it could be to do wacky, silly little things like this anymore, right? Like when everything is trying to be everything, but in different images of itself.
Right. And everything is kind of flattened in terms of like, Reels is basically the same as TikTok and like YouTube Shorts. They're all everything is kind of homogenizing into the same, like, this is how you engage with content. You can like it, you can comment with it, you can save it. That's it. That's what we want you to be able to do. Not like, I'm going to be here, like in a real place at this time. Like,
Yeah. There's something, because I remember the Facebook events, you could also like post on like the feed for it. You could like share stuff on your own, like if the permissions were for everybody, right? So you like the stuff of like we will all go to the Davis Quad at 3 p.m. and scream together. It would be like sort of even prior to the event, it would have a little bit of like a tiny community at that spot of like just people sharing memes with each other and be like, oh, this is what we're going to do. Everybody wear da 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 da. And you communicated with people with some intent to maybe not necessarily go there, but just to like have fun a little bit on this Facebook post together.
Right.
Yeah. I feel like that's what we're really missing on it. That's why we're so disconnected from everybody.
If I might put on my Patriot Mama hat for a minute, I think that they don't want us organizing. They don't want us out there in the streets. They don't want us like it to be too easy for us to get up, get organized, get active. And that's why they're cloud seeding and sending hurricanes to conservative states.
Yeah, let me get my gay little frog.
Popeye told me about it.
Popeye told
Popeye
you.
1960s. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, let me get my gay frog that's been made gay by sewer water on. Yeah, we just don't really have cartoons that tell us that about things that are going to happen to us in the future or already are happening.
Yeah.
We need what are some cartoons right now?
I don't know. Coco Melon?
We need Coco Melon.
Yeah.
To have an episode about
maybe not
gerrymandering.
Gerrymandering.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to have like the like inconspicuous like episode about like gerrymandering in Cocomelon. Like forget about like I am a Bill and I go
the fucking Schoolhouse Rock shit. Yeah.
Cocomelon, that shit.
That's how you get the kids. That's how you get people.
That's how you get them.
That's how you get a complacent population.
Yeah, exactly. You skibbity on the toilet.
Yeah.
You skibbity right on that toilet and you tell them about gerrymandering. And...
Skibbity toilet, gerrymandering is good. Woke mind virus.
Skibbity toilet, gerrymandering, cloud seeding. Cloud seeding kind of is like skibbity toilet if you really think about it.
Cloud seeding is like skibbity toilet. I'm not as familiar with skibbity toilet lore as you, maybe. I just know it's like a Gmod thing original.
Ben, I first heard the word skibbity toilet from you.
Well, maybe you got deeper into the skibbity toilet than I did.
I don't even know what the skibbity toilet is.
You know, we're not meant to know. You and me, we're not. This is not for. That's a thing that's like not for us. You know.
I think maybe we do have to do the skibbity toilet like next year. Like,
man,
there is something scary. Okay, let me just hold on. Let me make sure that I'm talking about the correct thing.
About skibbity toilet. Yeah, you're talking about skibbity toilet. Yeah.
It has a little bit of eeriness to the face.
There's an eeriness about it. The siren head is in there, right? Basically.
Yeah. So that's like, kind of it's like you could do.
G-Man from Half-Life 2 and the Gmod, right?
Yeah, so whatever you just said.
Yeah.
Whatever language that was. It's like there is this is for next year. Let's put it on the docket.
We'll get there eventually.
Let's put it on the docket.
Doesn't have to be right now. Yeah.
Skibbity toilet on there.
Skibbity. Top. Yes.
Skibbity bop bop skitty dot. I feel like I'm my joints.
All right, I think we're cooked here. I think this is
weird. This is the end. Please look forward to more of this sort of insane feeling.
This is how it's always going to be from here on now.
Oh God, morning to really, we were confined by the light of day.
Yeah, it's like the night. You know, night conceals the world, but it reveals the universe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is whatever language.
The cosmic.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, okay.
Energy is flowing.
Yeah, I think we really are. I think we see shame when we are being lit, but
when the light hits you, we're like vampires, basically.
Yeah. So now that it's dark, we can basically
we can really go off. It's just
we can really, Can I make a matrix joke? I don't know.
Throw those glasses on. Yeah.
Oh, those glasses on. Would you pick? Do you want the red pill that is Dayquil?
Okay.
Or Zyrtec? It's white, so it's a red and white pill.
Red and white pill. Let's do Zyrtec. Is Zyrtec non-drowsy?
Zyrtec is non-drowsy.
Okay.
I used to have to take 2 Zyrtec a day, so I would be on 20 milligrams of.
20? Wow. Off the disease.
Before we go,
Yeah.
Some of these Benadryl are crazy. And let me fact check this shit. Because I could be misremembering it.
Mm-hmm.
But why did I imagine seeing like 50 milligram Benadryl?
50 milligram Benadryl? That's crazy.
I was reading. I was like, what is extra strength Benadryl? I was like, it can't be 50 milligrams. That's like, but I think it was 25. But my brain just went.
Yeah.
If you take 2 of these, it's 50 milligrams.
That's how you see shadow people. That's how you get there.
That's how you get there. Like you can't do it with the tiny pink ones that are just 10 milligrams. You got to do the white ones that are 25 and you add them. It's 50 milligrams.
50 milligrams. 2 pills.
2 pills.
Enter the Hat Man. Hello.
Hello.
Sleep paralysis demons. Please come.
Sleep paralysis demon and friends at that point.
Yep. This is all I know.
This is all you know. You're what is it? Happy true friends, but now it's like happy Benadryl friends.
There we go.
Jesus. ISYM at night.
Pardue. This episode, as the Hamburglar would say, au revoir. This episode was written and produced by Ben and JD. For all our sources, please head to the website in the description below. If you'd like to reach out with a comment, suggestion, or share an experience on one of our topics today, send us a message at icecreamumeme@gmail.com. If you like the podcast, please tell a friend. All the music for the podcast is provided by Yager Frank. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll catch you on the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.